going to be explaining this 3.7 geometry quiz for the periodic or for whatever you're studying for. So let's just start with the first question. Okay, the first question, we're going to need the sine rule. And for the people who don't know what the sine rule is, we use sine of an angle. Let's use C here because they give us it. Over the opposite side, okay? So here's angle C. What's opposite of it? The small c. And they already give us the length of the small c, so we'll put 40, okay? Equals sine B, another rectangle, which we have here is sine B, over the opposite side, which is B, and that's what we're trying to find, okay? So don't pick any side that you have its values for both of them, or you don't have values for both of them. You need to have at least only one number missing. So here we have the small b missing, because we have sine C, which is 0.5, because they gave us it here, over 40 equals sine B, which they gave us here, so nothing is missing till now, over B, which they're asking for, okay? So this is all we need to solve the question, okay? Now we just cross multiply. So, and just use your calculators. Calculators are allowed. So 40 times 0.8 divided by 0.5, and you get 64. And that's the answer. That's literally it. Okay, this is the same thing we use the sine rule. Okay, so they want AB. AB is here, and like I said, if we want the side, we use the angle opposite of it, or if we want the angle, we use the side opposite of it. Okay, so sine C, which is sine 30 over AB, and that's what's missing, equals, let's find another side with an angle, like we have both values, because we already have a missing values, so we can't have any more missing values, okay? So sine B, which is sine 37, over side AC, which is 36 here, okay? So sine 30, they are giving you the key so you don't get any decimals. Okay, so sine 30 is 0.5, so we put that over AB, equals sine 37, which is 0.6, over 36. Again, cross multiply. 36 times 0.5, you get 18. 18 divided by 0.6 is 30. So AB equals 30, and that's the answer we have. Okay, now it's a bit different, where they're asking for the cosine rule. Just remember, cosine rule, whenever you have an angle between two sides that you have, so for example here, we have angle 60 for A, and the side B is 13, and the side C is 10. So you can't use the sine rule because you don't have two angles, or like an opposite angle, okay? So we're gonna use the cosine rule. For the people who don't remember what the cosine rule is, the cosine rule is, wait, let me just clear the page. Cosine rule is A squared equals B squared plus C squared minus, 2BC cosine of the opposite of the angle you have here. So here we have A. What's the opposite angle to it? It's A big, or A capital, whatever. So we put cosine A, okay? And then let's just fill the values, okay? We don't have A, so that's what we're trying to find, okay? So let's just keep it as that, A squared. Now B squared we have b as 13. So 13 squared plus c, which is this one here, as 10. So 10 squared minus 2, 13, and 10, because we already found them. And then cosine angle A, which is 60. So cosine 60. Let's just do this on our calculator. Let me get the calculator here so you can all see. Okay, so we had 13 squared plus 10 squared minus 2, 13, 10 times cosine angle 60. Okay, and your answer here is 516. Okay, here we got 516, but this shows you that you have to be careful that your calculator isn't on radians, because look here, mine is on radians, and that's why I got the wrong number. So let's just remove it off radians. Okay, now let's just do that again. See, 139. And that's the answer we have here. But if they asked for A only, you do radical of 139 and you'll get whatever answer. But here, they're only asking for A squared and not A, okay? So just be careful on that point. Okay, next question. Okay, we also use the cosine rule for this, so let me just write it up again here. Okay, but here they're trying to trick you. They aren't asking for A squared, they're asking for cosine A squared, okay? So we're gonna shift it around, but if you don't know how to shift it around, just memorize it, okay? For me, I'm not the strongest at that point. That's why I only memorize it. And your equation will be like cosine A equals b squared plus c squared minus a squared over 2bc. And that's it, okay? So let's clear our page and write the rule again on top. We can have some space to work it out. A squared. Sorry, b squared. B squared. Okay, so we have it written down at the top. And now let's try to solve it, okay? So they want cosine A. So b squared is opposite of the angle B, so it's 9. So 9 squared. Whenever they're asking for a small digit, it's always the opposite of the big digit. That's how I remember it, okay? So 9 squared minus, where is angle C? It's here. So 18 is the small c. So 18 squared. Wait, sorry, I wrote the equation wrong. It's plus and here's minus. Okay, so I really wrote it because I wrote it down wrong. So let's just put what we had. So b squared is 9 squared plus c squared, which is 18, so 18 squared, minus a, which is 15, so 15 squared, because it's opposite of angle A, over 2, 9, 18. Okay, you'll also just do this on your calculator. If I'll just show you in case some people have mistakes doing it. Okay, so we had 9 squared plus 18 squared minus 15 squared over 2, 9, 18. And your answer is 5 over 9, okay? Remember that answer. Let's clear it up. It's 5 over 9, our answer. They already give you 9, they only want k, okay? So our k is 5. And that's literally how you get the answer. Okay, so here they're asking for the area of a triangle, okay? Area of a triangle usually is half of b times base over height, okay? But when you're using trigonometry, okay, the area of a triangle is equal to half AC, or whatever side you have. Here we have 20 and 22. AC, sine of the angle you have, and here we have B, okay? So we'll just solve it like that, okay? So let's just fill in the values. Half of 20, okay, because that's opposite A, so it's A. And half of 22, which is opposite of C, so it's C small, so 22. And then sine of B, which is 37, okay? Here, they already give us what sine of 37 will be because they don't want us to get a decimal so we don't get like confused about it, okay? So let's just erase the sine 37 and put 0.6, okay? We'll do that on our calculator. We get, I'm just gonna do it on my calculator. You guys can do it on your calculator too. And I get 132, okay? And that's your answer. It might look confusing at the beginning, but when you start solving questions, it's way easier. Okay, here, cosine rule again. So the cosine rule is a squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cosine a. Okay? Here, let's draw the triangle because I feel like drawing the triangle is gonna make it way easier. Okay? For me, it is way easier, okay? Because you can see where the angle is, what's the side opposite of it, okay? So let's just draw a normal triangle. They don't tell you it's a right triangle, so don't draw a right triangle, okay? So let's just label it A, B, C. And they're telling you side B is 30 centimeters, AC is 34, and angle C is 42. Okay, what did I say about two sides and an angle between them? I said you use the cosine rule, okay? So let's use the cosine rule, okay? We want AB, okay? So that will be our A squared. So let's just do that. AB squared equals small b is opposite of the angle, so it's 34, so 34 squared. Small c, we don't have the small c, okay? Here, our equation will be c squared, and here will be a squared, okay? But this is just like the general format of the formula, but you can change it around to the values you want, okay? So let's use the other side we have, which is 30. So plus 30 squared minus 2, 34, 30 cosine of the only angle we have is 42. So you technically have no other choice. And they're telling you cosine of 42 is 0.7, so just input that. You don't have to solve all the rest. So 0.7. You also do it on your calculator. 34 squared plus 30 squared minus 2, 34, 30 times 0.7. 628, and that is the answer you have here. Okay, now let's do the second part. The second part, they're using the other formula, which is cosine is equal to, so let's just write it up here. Cosine A is equal to b squared plus c squared minus a squared over 2bc. Okay, here we have, let's draw the triangle again. Like I said, it's way easier for everyone. Let me not do a right triangle because it isn't. When they don't say it's a right triangle, don't draw a right triangle, because for me it confused me way too much. Okay, so label it. Okay, AB is 10.5, so let's just do that. AC is 10 and CB is 8.5. Okay, we don't have any angle, and that's why we are using the cosine rule. Okay, so b squared, opposite of the angle B, is 10, so 10 squared, and then c squared is opposite the angle C, which is 10.5, so plus, why is my pen not working, plus 10.5 squared minus A, which is opposite of the angle A, 8.5, so 8.5 squared, and then over 2bc, which is 10 and 10.5. Okay, you also do this on your calculator. So 10 squared, and make sure your calculator is on degrees mode, because you will get every single question here wrong if your calculator is on radians mode or any other mode. Okay, so 10 and 10.5, and then you'll get 23 over 35. So let's write that. 23 over 35. 35. Okay, here they gave you k over 35, so equals k over 35. So what do you think k is? It's literally obvious, it's 23, and that is the answer. Okay, so now we're solving question 7. Okay, part A, we use the sine rule. Okay, because I'll show you. First thing, they say it here, but don't focus on this, because you won't have that when you're solving. Okay, so let's just draw a triangle. For this section, drawing triangles is very important. Okay, here let's label it also B and C. So we have angle C is 75 from this, and then angle B is 45, and then the side is 10. But now, how can we solve this? Because we have two angles, but we don't have any of those sides. But we have side 10. Okay, what is side 10 opposite to? Angle A. And what do we know about a normal triangle? Okay, a normal triangle is equal to 180. Okay, so we'll just do 180 minus 45 minus 75, we get 60. So we found the angle, which is 60, and now we have an side opposite of it, and they want AC, so they want this. Okay, so let's use the sine rule. Sine 45, because it's opposite of this angle here, the side, sorry, over AC equals sine 60, because it's the only angle that we have another side to, over 10. Cross multiply. I'll actually do this for you on the calculator on my tablet because it is a tricky thing to do. Okay, so let's do it on the calculator. Okay, so we cross multiply. Okay, so sine, actually 10 sine, because we cross multiply, 10 sine 45 over sine 60. And we get our answer, and it's the same answer as the one here. You just input 10 because they already give you radical 6 over 3. Okay, now let's do B. Okay. In B, let's also draw a triangle. They didn't tell you it's right, so don't draw a right triangle. Label it A, B, and C, and let's solve. Angle A, they said, is 60 degrees. BC is 9 centimeters. That looks like AA, sorry. 9. And AC is 3 radical 3. They want the measure of angle B and angle C. Let's start with B, okay? Like I said, sine rule. So sine A over the angle, the side opposite of A, which is 9 in this example, equals sine of the things we want to find. Okay, we have a side, we want the missing opposite side, so it's sine B, and we don't know the value of it, over 3 radical 3. Okay, let's fill in the value. So sine A is sine 60 over 9 equals sine B, which we don't know, over 3 radical 3. Okay, now let's get our calculator because many people are gonna be confused with this question. Okay, so let's get our calculator. Where did it go? Okay, so we said sine 60 over 9 equals sine B over 3 radical 3. So we cross multiply on the calculator. It's going to be 3 radical 3 times sine 60 over 9. Okay, we get the answer. Okay, and then we shift sign it, shift sign the answer, and you get 30. It's that simple. Like I said, once you get the hang of it, you can solve every single question in this quiz. Okay, now let's do angle C. Let me draw the diagram again. Okay, so I drew the diagram again, and now we're gonna find angle C. Okay, you might say we already found B, so we can use that. I do not advise you to use it. I only advise you to do the angle sum theorem to find angle C, because some people might do the sine rule again. You don't need to do all that. We have 30 and we have 60. We know a triangle is 180. So 180 minus 30 minus 60 equals 90. And that's literally this angle here. Okay, So the answer is 90. Let's go to the next question. Okay, so in this question, like I said, let's just keep drawing the triangle because wallah, it makes it way easier. Okay, for me, because I know when you have 30 and 60, it's gonna be a right triangle because 30, 60, 90, 180 minus 90 is 90. Okay, so R, S, T. They're telling you R is 30 degrees and T is 60 degrees, okay? And what is ST is 10, radical 3, okay? So, let's try to find RST. They want you to find RS, RS, okay? So, we're gonna do the sine theorem. Sine, rule, whatever, okay? So we have T, which is 60, and RS is small t, okay? So sine 60 over RS. Now we have one missing. We can't have any more missing. So we're gonna use the big R because we have the side for it, okay? So sine 30 over 10 radical. Okay, cross multiply, you get 10 radical 3 sine 60. Okay, over sine 30. Do it on your calculators. Let me do it on mine. 10 radical 3 times sine. Be careful, and when you're writing radical 3, make a space between it and the times, because then the times will go inside the radical, and that's not what we want, okay? Over sine 30. And you get 30. So that's how simple it is. Okay, we also use the sine rule for this. For this one, they're making it easy for us, and they already gave us the triangle. Let's just label it. So 52 is C. Big C is 0.8. Let me just put it here because I won't be able to fit it. And sine B is 0.4, and I'll just put it here, okay? So we have that. Now we're gonna find B, so opposite of it. So sine of angle B, which is 0.4 over small b, equals, now since we have one that's missing, we can't have any more missing, and the only other two values we have is big C and small c. So sine angle C, which is 0.08, oh, 0.8, sorry, this is it, okay, over 52. Use your calculators, cross multiply, so 52 times 0.4 is 104 over 5, divided by 0.8, and you get 26, and that's literally your answer. Okay. For this question, we also use the sine rule, and they want sine of angle C. Okay, so they want this angle here. We have opposite, opposite, this, and its opposite. Okay, so sine C, we already have a missing. Wait, let me write that and properly. Okay, we already have a missing, so we can't have any more missing. What's opposite angle C is 18, so we equal it to sine of B, which is sine 50, over what's opposite of angle B is 22, so 22. They already tell you that sine 50 is 0.77, so let's just fix that. Okay, do it on your calculator. 0.77 times 18, you get the answer divided by 22, equals, and then shift sign the answer, and you get, actually you don't shift sign the answer because it's already here, so you just multiply and then divide by this number here. Okay, so sine C, when you solve it on your calculator, you get 0.63, and that's the answer. Okay, we're gonna use the cosine rule here, because they're asking for cosine, and okay, we know the cosine rule is b squared plus c squared minus a squared over 2bc is cosine of angle A. Okay, this time they have x, z, y. Okay, so here, if you want to switch it around, you can switch it around. I don't see that there's a reason to. It's just different variables. Okay, so pick a side other than the opposite of x, because that will always be the minus. Okay, let me write the equation with x, y, z, because it will make it way easier. So small z squared plus y squared minus x squared over 2zy equals cosine of x. Okay, so what's opposite of the big Z? Small z, so it's 13 squared, plus what's opposite of the big Y is the small y, which is 16, so 16 squared, minus what's opposite of the big X, the small x, so it's 15, so minus 15 squared over 2, 13, and 16. Just do it on your calculator again. The calculators help you so much, because you wouldn't need to take so much time in like solving it mentally. 13 and then 16. Your answer is 25 over, my pen is glitching so much today, 25 over 52, and they give you k over 52, so it's obvious that the answer is 25, and it's 25 here. Okay, now the next question is area. Like we said, the area of a triangle is half of base times height, but when you're using trigonometry, it's half of AC sine B. So technically, it's the two sides and the included angle, which is the angle between them. Okay, it doesn't have to be, wait, let me do this capital because it's always capital. Okay, it doesn't have to be A, C, or B. It's just the two sides you have and their included angle. Okay, so here we have half of 12 and 20 radical 2 sine 45. I'll do this for you on the calculator because it might be confusing. Just let me write it down beside me so I can remember. Okay, so let's do it on the calculator. Okay, so half half 12 and 20 radical 2, wait, 2 and then space because you don't want it to be inside, and then sine 45, you get 120, and that's your answer here. That's it. this question, it's the same thing, the area. So let's write the rule for the area. Half of AC times sine B. Okay. So for this one, it's literally all sides are 20 and all angles are 60 because it's an equilateral triangle, okay? So half of 20 times 20 times sine B. Okay, for this question, I don't know why, but you have to solve it like without a calculator, okay? Because you'll get the decimal form of the answer, but you can't change it back to like this form, okay? So I like doing it what's called manually, okay? So 20 times 20 is 400, okay? And then sine 60 is radical 3 over 2, okay? Now multiply 400 by half, you'll get 200. So 200 times radical 3 over 2. Here you can divide by 2, you get 100 radical 3, and their value is k radical 3, and you found k, which is 100. And that's it. I don't know why the calculator won't show you the radical 3 form. It shows you 173.2. That's the decimal form of 100 radical 3. Okay?